Okay, I'm gonna finish up this step by step from chapter one. The last part of it is just talking about adding pictures and doing things with pictures in Word. This is the document that we started in the first video, so this is we've gotten this far. Um, Now we're just going to insert some pictures of this Cocker Spaniel dog. Now, when you insert a picture, it is going to insert wherever your insertion point is. So this little flashy bar right here, this is my insertion point. So when I go to insert a picture, that's where it's going to go. So we're going to insert a picture. So naturally, if you look up here on the ribbon, there's one called insert. So that just kind of makes sense. That'd be the one we click. And then we just say we're going to insert a picture. So we click that. And it's going to open up this window, and we just have to go find the picture. Now the pictures for for all the assignments in the book are located on the thumb drive on those files that I gave you. So we just got to find it. So here is my thumb drive, student data files. We're in Word. We're in chapter 1, and we're going to look for dog picture number 1. Now, if you don't know which one you're looking at, you can actually change the way this thing is viewed. Up here. Let me get back up. Right here, there's a option for you to change your view, and I can change it to like large icons. And so now I can actually see the pictures of the dog that I'm looking at. And so it wants us to select dog picture number 1. So I select it. See how it's got a blue border around it. And dog picture number 1 is the file name here. And so then I just click insert. Now, the bad thing about this is it made it huge. This dog picture is kind of big, and we want to insert two dog pictures on here. So what we can do, what we're going to end up doing is actually shrinking the size of this dog picture. Now, when you have the dog picture selected, and by selecting I just mean you click on it, these little sizing handles pop up. There's one in the corner. There's one in the middle. There's one in another corner. One here. There's like 8 of them. Yes. The two on the side, these two either in the middle of the top and the bottom, these things will change the size of the picture disproportionately. So in other words, when I do this, if I slide this over, the dog's going to look really, really tall and thin. But if I slide it back, he can look, fat. Or normal, actually. So anyway, what I need to do is shrink the size of this one. Oh, let me show you this. The one in the corner will shrink it diagonally, so or proportionally. It actually shrinks it as much as it shrinks it width-wise. It also shrinks it height-wise. So it's going to let us size both of them at the same time, and it will size it proportionally, so the dog doesn't look fat or skinny or anything like that. So we can just slide this down, because our goal is to have like 2 pictures side by side. So that looks pretty good. Now, we're going to insert another picture right beside this thing. Now again, the picture gets inserted right where right wherever the insertion point is. So here's the insertion point right here. So if I want to insert a picture, that's where it's going to go. So it wants us to select the second picture, which I guess is the same dog just, sitting on her butt. So again, same process, insert, picture. This time the folder is going to pop up because it's going to automatically kind of go to the same folder. And now I can click the dog picture number 2, insert, and again, this one's way too big. So I can shrink it a little bit, and eventually it's going to pop up on the same page, sort of like that. And then I can just shrink it until it's where I want it to be. Now, one thing that that I kind of forgot to do is it wanted us to center both of these. So right now they're justified on the left side. But I want them to be centered. And even though I didn't do this at the beginning, I can still do it now. So over here in the margin, I can click just in the margin, and it's going to select, just like we selected a line of text, it's going to select this line of pictures. So I can select them both, and then hit center, and now they're centered. So now that we got the picture selected, it wants us to put this kind of funky border around it. I'm on the page WD-37 is going to, it says apply a picture style. And so here's our, sometimes when you do something, like right now I have this picture selected. And so occasionally when you have something special selected, a new ribbon will pop up. So here's my picture tools ribbon, and it just pops up because I have this picture selected. If I select something else, that ribbon goes away. But if I select picture tools or picture, now I have this picture tools ribbon, and it wants us to select this. It's kind of a faded border kind of a thing. Let's see, picture styles 52. Go to expand the gallery. Point to the soft edge rectangle. So it's going to look something. It looks like it's going us to pick. Whoops, I'm going to click the down arrow, and this lets us select more stuff. And it wants something. I'm trying to figure out what it is that it wants. Looks like this. Yeah, soft edge. So we select that, and that just kind of softens the edge. It's kind of faded out around the edge. And then it wants us to add another effect to it, which is just kind of make a border around it that is kind of brown. So it says to do that, we're going to click the picture effects, and it's going to open up a window, and it wants us to click glow. And again, because this has got an arrow off to the side, it's going to open up another menu, and it wants us to select one of these glow things. I'm trying to figure out which one. Rightmost glow, first row. So say like this one. We'll say that one. So now we've got this one done. And then it also wants us to change, to give it kind of a 3D rotation. So to do that, same window, the picture effects, and then it says there's a button called 3D rotation. And so what it's telling us to select is this one. And see, it kind of puts it into like it's kind of sitting in the background. Okay. So, and now it talks about that we can, apply that style to another one. I'm just going to go through and click it because it happens to be just as quick as the other. So I'm going to click down here. Whoops. Say it's going to be just as quick. There. Picture effects glow. This one. And then picture effects 3D rotation. And then we'll select one that goes the other way. So it's going to be this one. And so now it sort of looks like the picture in the book, the picture that's on page WD-41. Okay, now it wants us to add a page border. I'm on the bottom of page 41, and it wants us to add a page border. So this is under page layout, and let's see, right. Trying to figure out where these things are. Sometimes things do not show up where I want them to be. There it is right there, page borders. And it wants us to select something, I'm sure, something crazy. This one looks like this one here. I think it's 2 dots, dash and 2 dots. This one. And automatic, which is good. The color to be selected is something like this one, we'll say. And then it wants to make the point 3 point. So you can kind of see what it's going to start to look like. And then hit OK. And now we have a border around it. So hopefully this makes a little bit of sense on this. We just kind of made this border. Let me take it out full screen so we can kind of see what we're dealing with. Now you notice, actually this is kind of interesting, because you notice that I accidentally have this second page. This is not meant to happen. I shouldn't see this. because there's nothing supposed to be on a second page. So occasionally when you're doing this, you'll wonder, why do I have a second page and it's blank? There's nothing on it. That's not necessarily true. There is something on it, you just can't see. And if you remember from the first video, I showed you how to fix things that you can't see. That's using the Show Hide button. So if I go back to the Home ribbon and then I click this Show Hide button, I'm going to see something. And there it is, right there. I'll zoom in on it a little bit. Whoops, and let's go over to the next page. Yeah. Let's close this. It kind of went the wrong way. Alright. Go down. See this? I accidentally have I hit enter. Like apparently I've created some blank lines, and it has caused an enter to actually be put on the second page. Now, Word interprets that as text, just like anything else. So you type it, it's going to try to put it on a page, even though it's really nothing even there. To get rid of that, all I have to do is just get rid of these things. So I can get rid of both of these. Here's where I clicked enter, and here's where I clicked enter for some reason at the bottom. So I can just, put my insertion point right before it and click hit delete, and it'll go away, and then I can get rid of this one too. So that gets rid of that second page. So if you have, for some reason, something creeps down onto a second page, or a page and there's just nothing on it, and you don't know why, that's probably why. Turn on the Show Hides and you can see it. So anyway, this is pretty much the document. It should look like a found dog poster. Let me turn off the Show Hide so it won't look quite so bad. Get rid of all those things. So hopefully this was a little bit helpful. Talk to you guys later. Have a good evening.